Is it? Is this on? Is this? Oh. Yep. Yeah. 5-0. Just go. Okay. Martindale for 3. I can't hear anything.
Yeah, it's on a delay, but I can hear you.
Good. You good? You good? All right. Ennis hits the first. TRC's first point of the game.
I can't hear anything.
Don't fix that afterwards, but you guys can talk. I'll fix it afterwards.
I'll take this one. Martindale with the pull-up. A little short. Here comes Ennis down with the rebound. Going to be tied up. It's going to be a foul on Hall. It's going to remain TRC ball.
Come with a fast start here too, Max. Both teams up and down. They're playing some of it in transition, but I think what we're going to see here is this thing settles down as both teams trying to get a little more of the interior established. Lincoln will do a bit more of that with the post play and some forward just inside. TRC is going to do a little more of it off the bounce, but both are going to inside.
Here's Lincoln with that full court pressure we've seen through the years. Tassan's able to break it and hits the floater. 2 more points for TRC.
Scoring from the floor allows them to go pressure. This has been the calling card for TRC.
TRC right back with the pressure of their own. Lincoln's able to answer. Maskwich unable to hit on the pull-up though. Hall fights for the offensive rebound. It's going to be a jump ball remaining with Lincoln.
She's been doing the work for Lincoln probably in all facets of the game. Offensive rebounding, defensive rebounding, getting on the floor, getting deflection. So lots of plays are no surprise. It just kind of carries the value forward. Earns your possession, earns your extra opportunities.
Here's Lincoln with the baseline out of bounds. Hall gets it from the top, gets in the lane. The floater off the backboard, no good. And Day's able to clean it up for the Wolfpack. Here's Ennis, the 3 from the right wing. Just rattles out. Ennis on the rebound, though. It's going to be tipped off her out of bounds. Ball goes to Lincoln.
As last defensive rebound, Day does a real nice job of taking that one. Maskwich is right there on her side. She does a good job of using her body to shield that. So able to land, maintain balance, and put herself in position to get the break started. So it goes beyond just getting the rebound. Sometimes the next step forward of what you're trying to do once you gain possession.
Here's TRC in the full court. Lincoln's able to get it up past half. Here's Palkernick probing. Looking around, Day's able to tie her up. 1 on the shot clock. Oh, no, 10, sorry, lights out. Balavukuba with the long 3s, no good. TRC's able to get the rebound. Here's Frazier in transition with the spot up, and she hits. 6-4 TRC. Woo! In transition, Maskwich likes the 3, unable to hit. Granum follows it up, though, right to the rim for 2.
Love that Granum had the patience there to first gather the ball, see what's going on around her, especially it was as the zone kind of parted out to them right down the middle to the rim.
Right back the other way. TRC's able to handle that zone. Frazier drives in, plus the foul. She'll be going to the line for the and 1 chance.
Coach T just wanted that. You could hear the call from the sideline to get a chance to get Frazier on the court with Brandon and a bunch of space that they really want. Force her to guard a large area. Then the worst case scenario for Lincoln is she got 5 that and force Maskers to come over to help, and it's usually the help side defender that's exposed to foul trouble.
Here's Frazier at the line with the first, and short. Cleland's able to clean it up for Lincoln. Transition 3 for Hall, and banks it in from the corner. 3 points for Lincoln.
This free throw for TRC was probably a big blow, not just the point, but they don't have to set their full court defense.
Woo! Crossover by Tassan gets right to her left hand. 2 points.
Using 2 screens there too, so change of direction is a big piece of it, but also the ability to slow down. Attacks a full speed, slow down, re-explode.
Woo! Good cut there on Connolly, finds an open Pockernick on the baseline. I'm unable to hit the jumper, and Ennis cleans it up for TRC. And here they're off in transition, long steps, and Ennis finishes for 2.
Ennis felt Hall in around it, but took the extra step, as you mentioned, dragged it out a bit so she could get some control and balance while waiting for the defender to run by.
The 3 in transition for Cleland, and it's good.
You know, both these teams have had a history of liking to run, so now they can move. The question will be now is what you can do to slow down the other ones.
Here's Ennis at the top for TRC, pressured by Pockernick. Works off the day screen. 6 on the shot clock for Ennis. Drives right in the lane. And we're going to get called for a moving screen, I believe, on Aaliyah Frazier, her first of the game.
See, Lincoln came out early and there's a little extra attention there towards Day. So much like in the past, TRC uses Day in a lot of their get action, ball screen action, keeps away from the ball. But as a screener, Lincoln's been putting their defender, jamming her, keeping her so she can't roll away to space, and that's where she's been so deadly in the past. Ball carrier comes off, throws something back to her in space, and she starts to play. So clearly Lincoln's made that a focus early on to a lot like Day to get that attention to cleaning their own. On the other end of the game, TRC can face out probably a bit of a zone or mix up with a defense, something sure the Maskers can't get herself running around. You can see now both teams get, as the first 5 minutes are done, how do you establish the stars or your go-to players back into your offense and what you're trying to do to get some offensive flow going?
Coming out of the timeout for TRC, we have both Ennis's, Tassan, Frazier, and Day. For Lincoln Prep, we have Connolly, Nichols, Hall, Balabyakubo, and Cleland. TRC drops back in pressure this time. Lincoln's able to handle it. Slow getting into their offense. 10 on the clock here. The top 3 for Connolly. Oh, sorry, a long 2 for Connolly. She's able to hit it, though, extending Lincoln's lead 15-12 now. Ennis with the crossover at top, gets in the lane, tries to find Frazier, unable to handle the pass. The quick pull up, no good, but Day's there for the offensive rebound. A little shot clock issue here, so we're going to roll it down to 10 seconds on the shot clock. It's going to be TRC ball on the sideline.
Timeout here for Lincoln. They get a defensive call of what they're trying to do, which is like showing their zone to then match up on some sort of entry.
They get it into Tassan. Probes at the top, right in there. The floater this time off the bank, no good. And Nichols is able to clean it up for Lincoln. Pressured from Ennis at the top. She's going to get called in for the reach-in. It's going to be her first foul. Lincoln ball on the sideline.
Lincoln had kind of come in transition. Players on top of each other, so the spacing really wasn't great, and they're probably much less of a threat in that scenario. When you've got one of your best, you got the MVP from last year on the ball, about 40 feet from the basket, just taking a reaching foul. You just want to save those fouls for opportunities.
We have Gucker Wiki checking in for Hall there for Lincoln. Balabukubo to inbound. Here's Connolly from the right wing this time, and her three is good. 5 quick points here for Peyton Connolly. TRC's able to get it up. They get it Day on the wing, uses the screen, unable to hit the first one, but follows up the second. We're going to get a foul on the ground, so it's going to be TRC ball under the basket. That foul is going to go on Peyton Connolly, her first.
The last time that was a challenge TRC faced with the jam on Day of the screener, so they just move spots for her, let her come off the handoff this time. So now she's getting on the move, receiving the ball, as opposed to waiting for someone else to come off and find her.
Here's Ennis to inbound for TRC. Lincoln falls into a zone. Ennis from the corner. Challenge there by Connolly, unable to hit. Balabukubo's pushing for Lincoln, but going to lose the ball out of bounds, so it's going to go right back TRC's way.
That one back. There was a little tie up with Ennis in the corner, so you had an offensive player down before you tried to break out. You're going to have 5 on 4, so even if you don't have that initial break in transition, as long as you get the ball moving there, you're going to find yourself a pretty good shot. So the use and fumble, it kind of blows both that opportunity, but the chance to put some stress on the TRC defense.
We're going to have a full line switch here for Lincoln. We have Martindale, Pockernick, Granum, Turkstra, and Maskwich all checking in for the Huskies. They go into that zone defense. Let's see how TRC responds to get a good look for Ennis on the right wing. No good. Fight for the rebound. Going to be tipped out of bounds.
Coach Nurse doesn't mind that one. Anytime the ball gets tipped at you because you're able to try and chase down. Oh, never mind. It's the other way. I was going to say, anytime you see someone chasing down a rebound, they'll always take it. Even if it's a tip out of bounds, coaches just like the effort.
Yep. So it was tipped out of bounds off Turkstra, so it is going to go TRC way. We have Vukovic and Clark both checking in for TRC, finding their first action. A good look for Tassan, but it's going to be short on the three-pointer on the right wing. Here's Maskwich pushing for Lincoln. Finds Martindale on the right wing, and she hits for 3.
I think was open. And I think she knew she was open. The ball's a little late getting to her, so probably will be a little bit of a rush shot. And then in the rush shot, it's going to be a tough rebound, breaking Lincoln like the other direction.
Good job there by Martindale, able to tie it up at the top. It's going to be jump ball remaining with TRC. Ennis checking right back in with a stoppage. Here's Ennis on the right wing. Here's Vukovic. Her first shot of the game short from the right corner. Fight for the rebound. Turk's just going to come down with it. It's going to be a foul there on Clark.
That's a good rebound for Turks. That kind of builds on what we talked about earlier, like you're chasing the ball. Coach Turks doesn't get upset when she's chasing that first one, goes out of bounds off her. It keeps her in the mindset of just going to trying to get everything as it comes. So this one ends up in the crowd. She's still pursuing the basketball, comes up with the defensive rebound, ends up drawing a foul.
Here's Martindale off the Maskwich screen, gets right into the lane. Going to be tied up. She's going to get called for the foul. She'll be at the line for 2.
By Martindale, she gets to the left end of the middle floor. It looked like TRC was expecting the kick out, so the defense stayed a little spread, both defenders staying outside the edge of the key. So as Martindale got there, she sees out the defender staying a while, turns downhill, gets herself going towards the rim, and that's what a lot of pressure and drive the foul. So good read the system where that help side line was, and when time to
Martindale able to connect on both. We now have a 23-12 lead here for Lincoln. 2.5 minutes remaining in the thirds. Clark able to break right through. Vukovic gets in the lane. It's going to be blocked there by Turkstra, though. Clark cleans up the miss. Ennis from the left wing, 3. Too strong. It's going to go out of bounds. Lincoln ball plus the foul there is going to be called on Vukovic on the rebound, so it's going to be Lincoln shooting a pair.
I saw Lincoln also came in with a 2-2-1 pressure, so extending their defense into the full court there to give TRC a different look. No challenge TRC get through it, but it'll be interesting to see if they come back to that because the offense did go up the middle, which is usually where you 2-2 on the force for trap.
We have Ennis checking back in for TRC, and Tucson's going to take her first seat of the game.
Wilson not in this evening for TRC, the importance of Tucson, both handling the basketball but also decision making within their offense. She's been a real pivotal piece. I'm sure they're going to use this as a chance to give her a little bit of a breather for going to the first quarter, but I'm sure she'll play a lot of minutes for going forward as well.
Martindale able to hit both. And we have Upshaw checking into the game here for Martindale. And Gucker-Wicki is also going to check in for Lincoln, taking out Granum.
Shot right in the first possession down against the zone, trying to overload basically one defender, so dribbling, taking one defender with them and throwing back where they came from to see what Lincoln's going to respond with that. So this possession they sent the same defender back, she had her held in the same space. TRC drove a second time to draw that foul. We'll see if they do an adjustment going forward to the overload in the area.
And Vukovic good on the first. And rattles out on the second. The fight for the rebound, though, is going to be tipped off of Clark and out of bounds. It's going to go over to Lincoln.
Both these teams continue to really battle for the rebounds. It's kind of an early sign of the OSBA season, but both teams chasing things out of bounds, chasing things to the floor, into the glass. It's been a typical contest there early on between Lincoln and TRC.
Here's Lincoln. Here's Maskwich at the high post. Tries to find Parkernick on the wing, but it's picked off by Ennis. Parkernick challenging is going to get called for the foul. Ennis will be at the line for two.
Maskwich made the correct reads this time down. She got herself to the high post against the zone, which is where you want it. She got it there. She looks low, and then she looks to the strong side corner to see the defense is here, then goes to the other side. But the challenge for her, she kind of pivoted around her body, so it ends up being a cross-body non-dominant hand throw across the zone. What she needed to do is take one more step or one more quarter pivot to get herself square to that side of the floor and put some power behind the pass.
Too strong in the second, but Ennis is able to clean it up. Here's a clean look from the left corner, and Ennis is able to hit. 3 more points there for Michaela Ennis.
That's another battle there on the glass. Kind of fought through Maskwich, then they're going to tip on it to Ennis. So.
Quick move by Turksha, but cut off there by Clark. Here's Parkernick probing. Great pass to find Maskwich. She's going to be fouled. She'll be at the line for 2 more.
Parkernick's ability to hold the ball, continue to drive down the lane until that middle defender in the zone steps up, and then bounce it to her offensive teammate really made that basket. It's the patience to draw the defender. You throw it too early, and Maskwich has no advantage into the rim, and you get her to step up, and then the bounce leads Maskwich to the straight line to the rim.
We have Day and Cook both checking in here for TRC as Maskwich is about to take her first. And hits on the first.
Scoring start here for Lincoln, so TRC for the line something trying to slow this thing down a little bit. Typically they like to play in the passes. A lot of speed, a lot of pace to get them up and down, but right now the scoring of Lincoln and Chamber might even reconsider how they're approaching this.
Lincoln stays in that press, they're able to pass over the top. Here's Day, gets right in the lane and able to hit for 2.
Got job of Day. You have the defense scrambling there. She had two under the basket, and you have the defense scrambling just going to make sure it's a safe play. She's attacking and closing the defender and gets herself to the rim. So she's doing a great job.
They try and find Maskwich at the high post, but it's tipped away there by Ennis. Here's other Ennis going in transition. Turnaround fadeaway is good. 2 more points. Michaela Ennis starting to heat up here at the end of the first.
Just like I said, the scoring is going too quick.
And Upshaw answers with the 3 of her own. 30-21 here for Lincoln. 12 seconds here on the shot clock. Cook cuts right around Maskwich and open for 2.
She happened to catch Maskwich right between a head turn there. She was looking out one direction. The cutter had already gone past it the other way.
And with that, we have the end of the first quarter of our inaugural game of the week. Lincoln leads 30-23 over the TRC Wolfpack.
Yeah, that's a lot of scoring, guys. A lot of scoring for both teams to keep up with. What are you going to do to slow down this game? And to this point, it hasn't been a one-person show. Lincoln's had a lot of weapons firing, a lot of people
Coming out to start the second for TRC, we have Ennis, Tassan, Fraser, Day, and Clark. For the Huskies, we have Maskwich, Granham, Martindale, Balabacubo, and Hall.
They're probably going to do something different at Lincoln here early second quarter, whether it's something they want to try and change the pace or slow down offense, or it's just something to kind of experiment with to take themselves in the second half. They're going to want a different defensive look before this game ends. This might be the time to figure out what's working and what's not.
They get to Maskwich on the block. She kicks it out to Martindale. A long 2, and it's good.
Stress is put on. Nice job by Lincoln. They come out player-player match. Start Maskwich high. As soon as we get entry, just dive her down so she's alone one-on-one in the post. No one can really come help. So once the ball goes in there,
and right back the other way. Day answers with a jumper of her own from the baseline. The high-scoring affair continues here in the second. They try to find Maskwich again on the block. She turns around this time for herself, and she's able to hit. Clark tries to answer with the long jumper, no good. Maskwich cleans up the rebound. Look to kick ahead, no one was available. Drives right down, it's going to be fouled there by Day. It's going to be Lincoln ball on the sideline.
About half court, she's at a controlled average speed. As soon as she senses Days beside her, then she goes to another gear. Then once you have the defender kind of playing at a neutral speed as well too, she has to reach in and help slow her down and draws the foul. So just picks up a free foul on Day. Nice job on Maskwich there, change the speed.
Here's Balabacubo calling Granham to come up. This time they get it to Maskwich at the high post. Day again, Maskwich looking to drive. Is going to be called for a second foul. 2 quick ones there for Day. Let's see how Coach Deuce manages this for TRC.
And that's a making that first one that much bigger by Maskowitz again coming over half line becomes so important. So you get back to back like that, now you've got about 9 minutes where TRC has to make a decision what they're going to do with Day. They're going to let it play with two, or they're going to be risk for that back. Right now with the offense that Lincoln's running the last 3 possessions down with the 1-4 high on one-on-one coverage in the post, Day's got to guard a fair amount of access.
It's great pressure there by Ennis, causing that over and back turnover for Huskies. It's going to be TRC ball now in their front court as Lincoln drops back to his own. See how TRC attacks. Frazier on the left wing, quick trigger 3, and it's good.
Both teams showing some zone here in this game.
Maskowitz drives baseline, double team comes. Kicks out, swing around, it's going to be tipped by Ennis, but Balabukubo retains it. Pass a bit low for Maskowitz, and there's Fraser diving on the floor. It's going to be jump ball remaining with TRC.
Nice job attacking the close to get into the heart of the defense, but she gets there and ends up throwing a pass, ends up being in between bounces for Maskowitz, hitting her about the ankle, so tough one to catch. Again, you get the right read, but tough pass in the delivery piece, and not much that she can do as a teammate.
We have Hall here checking in for Maskowitz, so a smaller lineup here for Lincoln. They try to get into Clark, and we're going to get Cleveland called for the reach around the back. It's going to be Lincoln's first foul of the quarter, her first of the game.
Sometimes those fouls aren't too bad, though. When you're applying some pressure, you're making the other team work, and you're challenging a pass coming in like that, like nothing lost really in it.
They get into Clark this time, unable to hit on the left-hand drive. Here's Cleveland coming back the other way. Gets in, kicks out to Balabukubo. Quick trigger 3, no good, but Hall's there for the offensive rebound. Balabukubo on the baseline, and we're going to get Day her third foul now with the reach in. 3 quick ones here in the early second quarter for Savannah Bay.
That's most likely going to force the issue here for a lineup change, and does for TRC.
And so we have Cook checking in for Day. 7.5 minutes here in the second. We'll see how TRC manages Day's minutes moving forward.
Yeah, you're probably hoping to get a few minutes out of her here, get a breather, come back over the second quarter, see if you can just squeeze some minutes out of her here. But
here's Cleveland's 3. Ennis comes down with the rebound. Here comes TRC. Aaron pass there for Frazier, a little bit out of reach. It's going to go out of bounds. Ball right back to Lincoln. Here's Connolly, the left wing 3, a long 2 again for Connolly. 2 of those foots just on the line, but Lincoln continues to hit these long jumpers. Oh, great cut there by Cook, and she answers with the 2 plus the foul, going to the line for 1 more.
Big response, even the emotion of that. As you said, Lincoln's hit a couple long jumpers in a row, and you're feeling that stress a bit of Lincoln continue to come offensively, but to respond so quickly in transition, and always the end ones bring a little momentum back the other way. So at 36-30, it was probably a big bucket when they really needed one.
Ross checking in there for Connolly, so Lincoln remains small here with the lineup. Cook's able to hit the first. 5 guards out there for Lincoln. Let's see how TRC handles them. Martindale looking for Balabukubo in the corner. Unable to find her. It's going to be tipped off her and out of bounds. It's going to go right back to TRC. And we have Ross here checking in for Martindale after the turnover.
Any surprised to see Lincoln come back and finish the first half with some size here and see what TRC will do to counter that and defend that with Day on the bench for 3 fouls.
And it's working hard to get open, unable to do so. Tassan takes it herself, finds Frazier open in the corner, too strong. Cleveland comes down with it for Lincoln. And Ross right into the game, takes a 3, unable to hit, and Hall comes down with it though for Lincoln. Nichols able to hit her first basket of the game. Great cut there. Tassan's able to get right into the lane, is going to get the foul called. She'll go to the line for 2 more.
She's going to need this from Tassan right now, the creation, just because, as we said, Ennis is drawing attention from the Lincoln defense, making her work. And I don't think the goal necessarily is to minimize Ennis, but just to continue to make her have to work. She's got Day on the bench, put all this pressure on Tassan now, so she's going to have to continue to respond, continue to create offense. And the creation can come both for herself and for others, but she's going to have to be the one attacking the heart of this Lincoln defense right now.
Strong in the second, but Cook's able to clean up the rebound. Able to inbound to Clark. Clark probes. We're going to draw another foul. TRC headed back to the line.
This is usually part of the process when a team has gone small, like Lincoln has, is they don't have the presence at the rim to both challenge shots or rebound and clear up the mistakes. So what TRC is doing is a nice job here. As you put the ball on the floor and you start to attack the heart of that defense, force extra bodies to collapse. In this case, Lincoln does not. They stay with their matchup and get right to the rim to draw a foul.
Clark too strong in the second. Bellevue Kubo is able to track that down. Here's Hall, the pull-up 3, the right wing, rattles out. Confusion there on the rebound for Cook, and it's going to be tipped off of her and out of bounds.
TRC's had a couple down here at this end where they've been in the right place, got themselves to the rebound, but just haven't been able to corral it. So they lost one, Ennis lost it to Lincoln, they didn't convert it. And this one they've lost out of bounds, they're able to maintain possession, but want to get a handle on that thing and secure the rebound when finishing off his possession.
Here's Tassan bringing it up against Hall. Able to get it to Ennis. Tassan looks to attack. Seven on the shot clock. TRC has to make something happen quick. We're going to get Vukovic called on the travel there right in front of us, so it's going to go over to Lincoln.
Lincoln did a nice job. See a little stuck there between dribbles. The second defender came in to create the just that hesitation of footwork and then being able to shuffle the feet. And here's the lineup we were expecting to come back to finish the quarter, which is some size at all positions, not just the 4 or 5, but also with 3 now. So they got size on the floor to see what TRC is going to do to match up. And they've had to come back with Day with 3 fouls.
Polkernick right off the bench calls a long pull-up jumper, no good. Fight for the rebound though. It's going to be off of Granham, out of bounds. It's going to go over to TRC.
Good battle by Granham with the left hand on it, the second hop off the floor to keep that thing alive, and the second tip on it as well too. So very active in there. Didn't get the results this time, but the process is pretty good.
With the new lineup, Lincoln goes back to their zone defense. Let's see how TRC responds. They work it around the top, and it's a long 3, and it's good.
It's been a while since they got her a clean look, so I think she was pretty eager to take that one.
Maskowicz right back the other way, gets a pull-up jumper on the baseline, no good. It's going to be tipped off Grantham again and out of bounds, so it's going to go back to TRC.
Good awareness here from Maskowicz. Gets the matchup with Days carrying 3 fouls. Immediately puts the ball on the floor and forces her defend going towards the basket. So Days going to make her choice here. Is she going to challenge shots or is she going to stay out of it? The other one's probably a good situation for Maskowicz.
And it's on the wing. Falkernick tries to tie her up.
She felt the foul coming on her and right away went to put the ball up in the air, see if she can get something like an and-1. Certainly was going to get the bonus shooting regardless, but she can get the extension on the continuation for a shot. It's been an interesting stretch now. Max, we got 4 minutes. Dave's going to have to play with 3 fouls. And I mean, really, her matchup, the reason why she's in there, she's going to have to guard one of these athletic forwards for Lincoln. So currently she's been on Maskowicz. She's going to contain that for 4 minutes without drawing the 4th foul.
And then is able to convert both. It's now a 1-point lead. Huskies, TRC. Martindale finds a cutter, Connolly. And Connolly's going to get called for the travel after the cut. It's going to go right back to TRC with the chance to take the lead here. 4 minutes left in the first half.
Probably good intentions and the right idea for Lincoln, but the spacing didn't allow for that cutter. So she's trying to the basket. You see your teammates on top of the defender you want, but last year only goes with 1 or 2 feet, so that's travel.
Good job by TRC passing around. Ennis gets in the lane though, tied up there. Double team, and then Day is going to pick up her 4th there, challenging the pass from Maskowicz.
That was the we got into the start right here with 3 fouls. Sometimes it can be a foul where she's reaching things she shouldn't. Sometimes you just get like just honest play stuck in the wrong spot. So you jam the rebound there, gets a little bit into Maskowicz's space. As she pivots through, you get some contact, and now she's on the bench with 4 fouls in the first half. So this will be a tough thing for TRC. They're going to have to make some adjustments from the second half.
Here's Maskowicz at the high post, finds Connolly. Too strong, Ennis cleans up the miss. Here comes Ennis in transition. Tries to get around Maskowicz, but loses the handle of the ball. It's going to be out of bounds, going right back Lincoln's way.
Well, Lincoln's had a couple now where Connolly's had 2 cuts, real nice cuts into the paint, but they've been too close as passes to get at the ball, so they haven't been able to make a connection on that. They need to get themselves in a position with the lead. So we'll see if they make a bit of an adjustment here. They've Maskowicz now at the high post. They go Tertiary in there too, so they still have the size advantage.
They're looking to isolate Maskowicz from the post, and she's able to convert. 2 quick points there for Bryn.
I like that. A little more space in there on the pass. Often extends, takes a step back deeper than they were for the last 2. It's a great angle for Maskowicz. It's a nice job on the seal.
Ennis tries to answer with a quick 3, too strong. Maskowicz cleans it up. Pressured by Cook there, so she kicks ahead. Gucker-Wicki working on the right wing. Maskowicz wants it again. She has a height advantage down low. Good job there by Cook to stop her in her tracks. Here's Pockernick, the long jumper, just off, and Cook's able to clean up the board.
I think she's a little frustrated. They missed her that spot, so she had to give up the spot in the key to make sure she hit the 3-second call. Came to the elbow, gave it to her there. The difference is the defense can now react, so she obviously draws a lot of attention. She gets it up to the elbow, a second the better comes if she has to get rid of it right away. What Lincoln's going to want to do is get back to this high-low action. Has been so successful. Maskowicz, without dating as a defender right now, is a clear advantage. You saw they're going to continue to run that action and see what TRC is going to respond with defensively.
We're going to get an intentional foul there called on Gucker-Wicki, so TRC is going to get 2 shots and then the ball. Cook able to hit the first.
The intentional foul was probably a little unlucky, and then Gucker was just chasing the play, but ended up getting her arms extended on the push. So wanted to probably get involved in the basketball, but as the offensive player got a little escape from her, being extended, it looks just like a push, and the referees are forced to make that call.
Lincoln stays in their zone.
Days on the bench right now, you realize how important Tassan's going to be. So if you can throw some disruption on her, the basketball is probably a huge plus for Lincoln.
We're back. Sorry about that. Just some technical difficulties here. And right away we have Maskowicz with a good look from the top, and she's able to hit another three for Lincoln.
What makes her such a threat is we talked about the presence she has in the interior right now for Lincoln. She steps up the next time down and buries the three. So this is going to be a handful here for the next 2 minutes. TRC without game.
Back the other way, Ennis was unable to convert, and Polknick's going to step out of bounds on the transition opportunity. Lucky break there for TRC.
Polknick ran that thing down. It's a nice job trying to corral, got herself back into control, but just unfortunately didn't have enough space to slow herself down before touching the end line.
Lincoln stays in their zone. Tassan takes a look now, too strong, but there's Clark for the rebound. She's going to draw the foul. She'll be at the line for two.
Good luck for Tassan though, and I think TRC is probably thankful to get that one. They had a couple possessions in a row now that it looked a little disjointed, so to be able to come down and get Tassan a good clean look is what they were probably looking for, settle things down a bit, get an offensive rebound out of it, and have a chance to go to the free throw line. We've had a pretty tough half into TRC in terms of the fouls probably not going your way. Had some stretches there where we couldn't get Ennis going. She was real hot for a period, and then probably went through a stretch where she wasn't getting shots. So if you can escape all that down 5 or less, you're probably pretty good at yourself in the second half. Goes back inside here again, gets themselves another touch on the block. Maskowicz going to dive into the weak side, seems to be giving them all kinds of great opportunities, but they're just missing on the passes. So great offense being fueled by their own passing ability right now. These are big missed opportunities for Lincoln because TRC is capitalizing on three-point shooting. They've had touches and opportunities inside where the passes turn into turnovers.
Dirkstra unable to hit the shot. TRC cleans up the miss. 42 seconds here remaining. Tie game. Here's Tassan with the answer. Going to be fouled there by Dirkstra. Shot is no good. She'll be at the line for two.
That's a good one. They talked about this a bit earlier for TRC. If you can get the forwards to stretch out to the corners there. The one we talked about earlier was Granham can come to those corners short side and they're able to attack her. Now this time they get the Dirkstra, same thing, isolating that kind of space. And you want to attack that right away. More often than not, the foul and that will end up on the help side defender as it did earlier in the half, but this time Dirkstra just takes the foul nice and early, make sure Tassan isn't in the shooting act. Force her to the line in both those points.
Tassan able to hit the first. And the second. TRC able to pull away here. 2-point lead now. 40 seconds remaining in the first half. Polknick uses the Maskowicz screen. Ennis switches on to her now. Polknick with the pull-up, and it's good.
Nice compromise there by Polknick. Couldn't find what she wanted on the flare. Couldn't find what she wanted going down to the baseline. So just pulls up and gets herself a nice shot. Probably one they needed to be a disorganized possession.
Tie game, 9 seconds. Let's see what TRC does with the last possession of the half. We have Ennis at the top. Clark a deep three, just strong. And just like that, at the end of the first half, we're going to have a tie game. Lincoln 45, TRC 45. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a great second half.
A half with a couple of runs in there, too. It felt like some early. Lincoln comes out of the gate, gets up early, TRC responds, and as this half goes on, there's a couple moments where it really felt like it was tilting towards TRC. A couple moments where it felt like it was going Lincoln, and then near the end of the half, it felt like TRC got themselves in a bit of a hole, but classic fashion, they bring themselves back, tie this thing up, and we're going to be in for an exciting second half, Max.
Guys, can you guys do a test for me on the audio right now?
Special thanks to the OSBA staff, that makes all this come together. Working tirelessly preparation of another exciting season. Year number 3. These are the tech crew that came here early, set the cameras, get the cords all aligned, microphones in the back.
Talk, please. Talk, please.
All right, and here we go. Big second half coming up. Tie game, Lincoln TRC, a rematch of last year's final. Leading scorers at the half, we have Michaela Ennis with 6-14, Aaliyah Frazier with 10 for TRC. For Lincoln Prep, we have Bryn Maskwich with 12 and Emily Martindale with 9. Oh, here we go. Sorry for the audio issues. We're trying to figure it out on our end. It's a process. We'll get there. And starting the game, Cleveland takes a 3 for Lincoln. It's a little bit short. TRC cleans it up, and here comes back the Wolfpack. Ennis unable to convert a 3 of her own. Here comes Cleveland for Lincoln, sorry. Maskwich, a quick trigger 3, and it's good. 3 more points for Bryn Maskwich.
Both teams come out right back to their start. Maskwich with 2 touches for Lincoln, 1 inside the paint, and a 3-point shot, and it comes down for TRC.
Right back the other way. Fraser gets a good look, unable to hit, but Clark's there to clean up the miss. Gets right around the defense for a left-handed floater. Here's Maskwich from the top. Good defense there by Clark, able to stop her in her tracks, and Tassan comes up with the steal. The kick ahead pass to Clark. Kicks it out for Ennis. Short on her jumper, and Balabakubo's able to clean it up for Lincoln. Cleveland, a deep 3. No good, and Ennis guys up for the defensive rebound for TRC. Here's TRC running in transition. Ennis right in the lane. He's going to get called for the charge there. Great job by Cleveland to step in the way.
Yeah, that's probably a little bit of a scout report there on Ennis. She does a tremendous job in transition. She's great on the Euro step of getting defenders going side to side before she goes up for the takeoff. But Cleveland waited on that one. You can see her almost size it up. As soon as Ennis picked it up, she slid a little bit to the inside and took the charge.
Here's Lincoln now. Here's Balabakubo using the Maskwich screen, gets in the lane. Balabakubo to the rim, and she's able to hit for 2.
They got the switch there on the screen, so they're able to go. They got the switch, they will attack that instead of going inside. So you get 2 options usually on that. You get the roll for the inside play, or you get the guard to continue to attack the initial matchup.
Here's Ennis unable to hit the floater. It's going to be Lincoln ball on the baseline. Here's Balabakubo bringing it up for Lincoln. A too high set. The pass, though, for Connolly's going to be kicked off by Tassan. Pushes down the court for TRC. We have bodies flying on the ground over here. Clark in the lane, tied up by Connolly. It's going to come away with a steal, and here comes Lincoln.
Both teams have kept up at the same pace they had in the first half, coming up and down, looking for early shots, getting themselves looks at 3-pointers. So the scoring is going to be of premium or of importance here for both teams. It looks like we're on pace to be up in the mid-80s to 90s.
And that's Mr. Steve Bauer finally on the mic. We got it working, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, Steve. We've missed you.
The first thing I said scared myself. It was so loud.
You're probably just not yourself. Here's Balbi-Kubo to inbound for Lincoln. They got a good look for Cleland on the left wing, and she's able to bury it.
Yeah, she had a little something to say to the referee there as well at the end. Felt like she got hit.
Ennis, the quick answer, and bam! There we go! Raining threes out here in Hamilton tonight. Balbi-Kubo, another one, and there we go!
I think the key for both teams is to find something to disrupt the flow of the other, because offense has clearly been something just firing on all cylinders for both teams.
And it's working from the top. Here's Clark now. Crossover gets her up. The turnaround floater too strong. Ennis, though, with the rebound. Quick shot, no good. It's going to be out of bounds. It's going to go back to Lincoln.
One thing you can often find in these games when both teams are scoring, you get up and down, is that usually the rebounding goes down. There's so many made shots. People are used to getting out in transition, but this game has carried a bit of both, which is a testament to each team. That they're making shots, they're running in transition, and people are going to battle for rebounds. So it's been a fun thing to watch.
Well, a little confusion here, looks like, on Lincoln's side. But Connolly takes a deep three, no good. Maskwich and Ennis fighting for the ball. It's going to be tipped off of Balbi-Kubo and out of bounds, so it's going to go over to TRC.
Nice job by the referees. I always appreciate when they take the time to talk to their partners about calls that can be a little bit 50-50 or uncertainty, but she had the patience here to look to her partner, see what she had, and then they had the same direction, and the call went.
Pressure here from Lincoln. Unable, TRC struggling to get it in, but Vucevic comes down to help. Ennis at the top takes another three, just short. And Cleland's there for the rebound for Lincoln. Cleland another three, this one just off. Maskwich is able to get it though. Here's Hall probing, gets in the lane, just short, but Maskwich right on the doorstep, able to put the putback in.
And Maskwich earned that one. I thought the possession before, she did a nice job chasing the rebound, getting a hand on it. Unfortunately went out of bounds off her, but stuck with it again. This one got one just skying up. It was actually a pretty athletic play to go over top of the defender, get the rebound and put it back.
Ennis tries to drive in from the right wing. Balbi-Kubo is going to pick up her second foul. It's going to be TRC ball on the sideline.
This is probably a nice evolution in Ennis's game as well. I felt like last year, despite the MVP season, the numbers that she put at times, she would settle a bit for jump shots, in particular when things weren't going well. So we've seen already tonight some of that evolution of her putting the ball on the floor, drawing some contact, finding some other ways to score. So now not just making shots, but also creating offense in a variety of ways.
Cook just in off the bench. It's a long two.
And Cook had that room because they're up here denying Ennis, so she used that space to advantage to get herself in a rhythm.
Also just off the bench, Ross tries to answer. Her three is right off. Connolly gets it though for Lincoln. Offensive rebound, they get it into Maskwich, working in the key right around the defender, and she's able to finish with her left.
Yeah, and this is where TRC, I think, misses day. She gave him a body and a presence in there that when Maskwich is in the key and just kind of working down the blocks, they had someone at least lean on her. So her 4 fouls has proven to be a big presence early here in the third quarter.
Cook tried to take it all the way, got tied up, taken away there by Ross, but then got called for the double dribble, pushing it back for Lincoln, so it's going to be TRC ball here. 14 seconds on the shot clock, down 8, 5 minutes left in the third. Ennis, a quick trigger three off the inbound, no good. And we're going to get a foul there on Vucevic, battling Connolly there for the offensive rebound.
Yeah, those are the ones, despite the miss, you could see the reaction on the Lincoln bench. Those are the ones that drive you a bit nuts. It just seems like they didn't get themselves matched up or organized defensively. TRC just goes one pass to the corner and get an open look at three. So Coach Nurse will be quickly addressing that one. You could feel that and saw that reaction as the ball went in.
Here's Balbi-Kubo driving in from the top, finds Maskwich open on the baseline. Her jumper just short. Clark comes down with the rebound for TRC. We're going to get a foul picked up there on Lincoln.
And Lincoln, I think, had what they wanted there. I just think they couldn't get the ball inside. They had set the back screen for Maskowicz to come down when they did their 1-4 set for the high-low, and they had Ennis as the defender on the Maskowicz. So I think that's it appeared from the bench that was a matchup Lincoln wanted. Just couldn't find a way to deliver the ball.
Here's Ennis going to bring it up against Valabiakubo. Gives it up to Cook, gets it right back, drives from the right side, finds Clark open up top, too strong, fight for the rebound. Maskowicz able to come down with another rebound. Good job there, Cook to tie her up on the transition. It's going to remain Lincoln ball there on the baseline.
We'll see now, too, what TRC is going to do with Day. Like, how long do you want her to sit and still feel like she can come in and get herself back to a rhythm? It can be a tough time after you sit for the 15, 20 minutes at halftime, then another 10 minutes if you miss the whole third quarter is probably almost like 24, 25 more minutes of real life time. So you have the challenge of 4 fouls and the balance of how long can you have her sit and think she can still contribute with what you need.
Here's Martindale up top. Maskowicz sets a screen, flares out to the side. Her three, just too strong. Able to get her own miss though. Drives into the lane. Around the defense, lefty's no good, but she was fouled. She'll go back to the line for 2 more.
No, I think that was a nice job by Maskowicz. The first shot ended up being a little heavy, but just like a testament to her strength to get her hands back on that rebound, secure it. It looked like somebody may have had some a bump on the arm, but was able to regather the basketball, get in there, take some contact both sides. So again, a display of strength and athleticism to get that one to the hoop and give herself a chance to come to the line.
Maskowicz able to hit both from the line. We have 9 early points here in the third quarter for Maskowicz, extending Lincoln's lead now 62-52. Ennis comes right back to answer, and the long jumper's good. Her first 2 points of the second half. Another offensive rebound for Maskowicz off the miss from Ross, and again the left hand. Maskowicz piling it in.
And what might be a factor now for TRC as they watch this is a bit of the scoreboard might dictate where Day comes back in. So you get 10 points, about 13 and a half minutes to go here. What are you comfortable that you can come back from? And what are you comfortable as a range you can still play in? And we know TRC can score, and they can score in bunches. So that number is something they're probably still figuring out here early in the year, but it'll be one of their first tests on how they're going to handle this foul situation.
And right down the other way, we have Tassan picking up the foul. She'll be at the line for 2. It's going to be Maskowicz charged with the foul, her first of the game. Look for Tassan to try and attack some here. A big presence in the first half for TRC. That was her first point here of the second half.
Tassan's clearly a big addition here to this TRC roster. Probably going to take a lot of pressure and open up some of Wilson when she returns. Give them 2 ball carriers that can both play from the perimeter, create some offense, handle the basketball. I think playing alongside each other will make a very dynamic backcourt. Put Evans on the wing. It's a good-looking roster for TRC.
Here's TRC giving Lincoln a zone look. They try to find Granum at the high post, unable to handle the pass, and here comes Cook for TRC. Tassan now at the top, little stutter step, finds Frazier on the wing, and her 3 is good.
Yeah, nice job by Tassan. Saw the seam down the middle, got right in there, and as soon as the top of the zone turned towards her, the ball came back out to the spot they left.
TRC remains in the zone. Ross tries to answer with a 3, no good, but there's Granum with the rebound. She's going to be fouled. She'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, nice redemption that one for Graham. Last time down, got to the right spot, flashed up, and probably took her eyes off the ball about a half second too early, so slipped through her hands. So to come back down, earn it on the offensive rebounds, good redemption.
Granum able to hit her first. Just off on the second. But right there is Nichols with the rebound, and she finds Martindale the open look, but she's unable to hit. Cook brings it down now for TRC.
Yeah, Grandeman there again with their hand on the ball, so doing a good job on the glass.
Quick trigger on the other end. Frazier misses a long two. Martindale brings it down. Good defense there by TRC as they were able.
It was a shot clock violation as the call here, as the clock did ring. Did feel a little quick, but I'm unable to confirm if it'll reset or not for certain. Look, they're talking over a little right now, and they are going to put some time back on the clock.
Here's Lincoln to inbound. Ross, another good look from three, and this time she buries it. Tassan gets it up for TRC in a hurry, challenges the defender, unable to hit the layup, but Granham's going to get called for the foul. Tassan will be back to the line for two.
Yeah, it's one of the challenges when you're the help defender. If you get a guard like Tassan with a head of steam, as she did between the 2 3-point lines, she was able to go straight line. Now you're standing still waiting for her to come at you, and it's just tough to slow that down. So Grantham has to go towards the body. Tassan gets the contact. Tough spot for the big every time.
Tassan unable to hit the first. And hits the second. We now have an 8-point Lincoln lead. Maskowicz, the open look from the free throw line, and she's able to hit two more here for Maskowicz.
I think some of the early successes of getting Maskowicz involved, touches inside, the offensive rebounds have really freed her up now. You can see her shooting the ball well here in the second half, and more importantly with a bunch of confidence.
Ooh, and Ennis tries to answer, spirals out. Maskowicz comes down with another rebound for her. Pressured, bringing it up, and we're going to get a foul call there. It looks like on Frazier. It's going to be her fourth as well for TRC.
So managing fouls is going to be a big challenge here for TRC in the fourth quarter, or just an interesting decisions to be made for them. They're going to have to decide when they want to make these runs. And again, we can talk about what the difference looks like as we head into the last 12 minutes of this game, still 10 points. How long can you afford to have them on the bench, or when do you think it's too risky for them to get that fifth foul?
Maskowicz to the line, unable to hit the first. Able to hit the second. She's up to 26 points here this afternoon.
Huge game for opening night for Maskowicz.
Ennis dribbles right around the defender, right to the rim, and she's able to hit for two more.
Now we've delivered. Both teams have delivered here tonight on the offensive side of things, and both the Stars just coming out and playing great.
Maskowicz right back her way, unable to hit with the left, but there's Nichols on the doorstep for a follow of her own.
Yeah, that's a big rebound.
Ennis comes right back at them, challenges the defender, unable to hit with the outstretched arm. And we're going to get a foul call there on Maskowicz on the rebound, and Maskowicz is going to head right down the other way for two free throws.
Ennis has great body control. You can see her get through in the last two drives of getting around the first defender, kind of distorting her body to get around, but then still be on balance to get a shot off and put up on the rim. And I thought the second one was really great because you get a shot challenge by Maskowicz. You get a great defender, shot blocker in your path. Ennis is able to still maintain that, get it around her, change the shot angle, still put up on the rim. Unfortunately, it rolls out, but nice job putting the shot in this position where it's a chance to go in.
Maskowicz able to hit the second. Filling it up here in the third. 15 points here for Maskowitz in the third. Has her game total up to a game high 27.
And this probably enters that range where not necessarily you make that sub, but you have to now start thinking about when we can get Day in here. And you may do it at the end of the third quarter if you're TRC here, just to get her back in the flow of this game a little bit. She's been sitting for a long time. When you add in the end of the second quarter where she was out with the fouls, which ended up being with about 7.5 minutes to go, all of halftime, now all the third quarter. So this can almost serve in its own way of a bit of a warm-up for someone you might need here in the fourth quarter, and hope that she can get you 6 to 7 minutes without picking up that foul. So we'll see if TRC can work her in here either soon at the end of this quarter or the start of the fourth to get her back into the flow of this game and have a bit of an impact.
And here we come back out of the timeout. We have for TRC, we have Fraser, Clark, Ennis, Tassan, and Ennis. For Lincoln, we have Bellevue, Kubo, Gukarwicki, Martindale, Maskowitz, and Turkstra.
Lincoln showing a bit of a different look here defensively as well, coming to the timeout.
TRC works through on the top. They get Tassan on the baseline. Fraser gets a good look from the top. That's just what TRC wanted. Unable to hit that one. Turkstra pulls down the rebound. We're going to get a foul there on Tassan. Fouls piling up here for TRC in the third.
Yeah, Lincoln shows the 1-3-1, and then TRC has a nice response to getting it down to the baseline. Usually the keys against a 1-3-1 are the diagonal passes. So Tassan gets into the paint, diagonal pass out to their 45, gives them a clean look at it. But you compound the miss with a foul now, and they're in bonus, and now Lincoln has a chance to add to this 12-point lead.
Turkstra unable to hit the second. Fight for the rebound, though. It's going to be tipped off of Martindale and out of bounds. Going to remain TRC ball.
Yeah, it looked a little lucky there for TRC, too. The two bodies look like they may have touched it away from Maskowitz, but referee was on top of it. Maintain.
Stays in that 1-3-1 look. Working it around the top. Here's Fraser. Gets it over to Ennis. Here's Michaela Ennis from the baseline now, unable to hit the three. It's going to bounce out of bounds and go Lincoln ball here. 35 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And we have 4 subs, all coming in for Lincoln. We have Ross, Cleland, Pockernick, and Hall all checking in. And we're going to have Maskowitz stay on the floor for the Huskies.
Now the 1-3-1's been a good start here for Lincoln. They had 2 possessions. They've probably disrupted what TRC's been doing. TRC's had 2 clean looks out of it, but probably had a bit of a broken offense as opposed to the design.
It looks like TRC gives them their zone look of their own. They get Maskowitz right down low with the mismatch. Unable to hit down low, though, and Fraser cleans up with the rebound. Good pressure there by Lincoln, able to cause confusion. We're going to get Hall tip the ball off of Fraser's leg and out of bounds. It's going to go back to Lincoln. 10 seconds left here.
Yeah, Ennis does a nice job on that last possession. She gets stuck probably in the charge circle with Maskowitz. She does a nice job of doing the only thing you can do, is playing the basketball as soon as it's cocked. It's down low in the area you can. She gets a hand on it. Maskowitz gets a little closer to the rim than she realizes and forces the missed shot.
Here's Ennis on Pockernick up the top. They get Ross a long three, and it goes! 3 more points for the Lincoln Huskies.
Yeah, Ross got a great shot. You can see they're getting her a couple clean looks when she came in here. And I think she was almost a sigh of relief that one went down. She's had a few that have rattled in and out, so to have one fall is probably a big boost for them. But now the real challenge at that one is it stretches it to 15, and this is going to be time for TRC. We really think the pressure and the onus is on to make your decisions on the fouls, and maybe they already have and they're waiting it out a bit longer, but you probably need Day here, and you need to find some way to make a run, and you additionally probably need to find somewhere to give Ennis a bit of a breather so she can finish, because she's going to be key to any burst you exert here in the fourth quarter.
And at the end of the third, we now have a 77-62 lead here for Lincoln. Leading scorer after the third quarter is Maskowitz with 27 for Lincoln and 18 for Michaela Ennis. A special third quarter edition with our resident rule expert, Mr. Bauer, going to introduce some of the new FIBA changes to us. Let's hear it, Stephen.
I think the one we want to highlight, just so all of our viewers were aware, is that FIBA has changed the timeout rule now in the last 2 minutes. So In the past, any timeout automatically progressed the ball up, and you still kept it 24 seconds. But now the teams will have the option. So if you take a timeout in the final 2 minutes, you can either keep the ball where it was and the shot clock as is, or you can progress the ball to the front court as they've done in the past, but the shot clock will lower to 14 seconds. Teams will basically have the decision to keep it in the backcourt full clock or move to the front court 14 seconds. So maybe play a factor here in tonight's game. If TRC has one more run left in them to get back in it, this could be something we're facing. I want to make sure everybody was aware before it snuck up on us.
And that new rule change was brought to you by Spalding, proud sponsor of the OSBA's Game Ball Spalding Precision. Get yours in stores today. Coming out to start the fourth for TRC, we have both Ennis, Clark, Ennis, Day, and Tucson. For Lincoln, we have Pockernick, Hall, Balabukubo, Ross, and Maskowicz. A deep three for Ennis to start the fourth, just off, and Pockernick's going to clean up the miss for Lincoln.
And Day's in, you can see right away she was picking up Maskowicz on the defensive rebound for Lincoln. Day went right to Maskowicz, not letting her be a part of the transition.
Three by Balabukubo is no good, but Hall's able to clean up the miss. Here's Ross, another three, just short. It's going to bounce out of bounds. It's going to go to TRC.
This will be a challenge now for the next 10 minutes for Day. Obviously, she's got a great matchup for her in Maskowicz, who's having a tremendous night. She's going to find a way to both slow her down and make her work, keep her off the glass, and avoid picking up that fifth foul. So this will be a big 10-minute stretch for her.
Tucson able to work that crossover again, gets right into the heart of the defense. She'll pick up the foul and go to the line for two more. It's going to be Balabukubo picking up the foul. It's going to be her third on the game.
And I thought that foul, or Tucson does a nice job drawing that foul, because as you mentioned, the crossover gets her in that space, but then she actually kind of comes back to the path that Balabukubo is trying to recover with, so it gets in her way, so the defensive player is now recovering, runs into the offensive player. Now by the time Maskowicz comes up there, the other defender had already bumped into her and taken her off her path, so finding that space in the line of recovery is probably a real nice move by the offensive player.
And Tucson able to convert both from the line. It's now a 77-64 lead here for Lincoln. Pockernick probing, kicks out, finds an open Balabukubo for three. Her shot's short. It's going to be tipped out of bounds off Maskowicz. It's going to be TRC ball.
Yeah, and you're going to have Maskowicz and Day right in position for that shot. Unfortunately, it came out a little short, and the air ball is always a little more difficult to handle coming off. It's a little less predictable. But it'll be the matchup we want to continue to watch here, Maskowicz and Day.
Here's Ennis with Balabukubo on her. Gets the double cross, kicks out to Dominic Ennis. And her three is good. Here comes TRC.
It's a big one because Balabukubo is doing such a great job on Ennis. She's really making her work, but this time Ennis gets into the defense, draws a second defender. So once she was finally able to break down Balabukubo to do that, she then gets an open shot for her teammate.
Good D there by Tucson, cutting off Hall's drive. The kick out to Ross, though, and another deep three. Raining threes still in Hamilton.
That's how it goes for shooters. You get that first one to go, you get yourself in a bit of a rhythm. That one was almost without any hesitation, and it was pretty deep.
And on the inbound, we're going to have Hall pick up a foul on Tucson. It's going to be Lincoln's second of the quarter.
So this will be the time they're probably going to try and give Ennis 30 seconds to a minute. Get some water, get her breath, because she's going to be crucial to their scoring push here in the fourth quarter.
TRC's able to get the ball in to Frazier. Here comes Clark, right down the lane, finishes with the left hand.
Nice job freezing Maskowicz there at the fake pass. I think Maskowicz wanted to stay out of the foul situation. The fake pass did enough just to keep her out of her direct path to the line or to the rim and get herself a left-handed finish.
Here's Ross, gets in, kicks out to Hall. Balabukubo at the top. Pass up the three, got in the lane, no good. Day's able to clean up the miss. And here comes TRC. Ennis, kick ahead. Here's Clark. Finishes right over Ross. 9-point lead now for Lincoln.
Lincoln had a nice possession last time. Now they'll probably pass up their open shot. A good extra pass, good ball movement.
And we're going to get a legal screen here called on Maskowitz, so it's going to go back to TRC.
Yeah, usually the referees don't like when the rescreen happens, so a guard goes under. Usually rescreen that action, trying to get the guard again. Maskowitz, instead of kind of pivoting or turning as if she was being an offensive player, just kind of shuffle down to hit the defender. I think referees usually prefer if you're looking like you're trying to make an offensive move yourself.
Tassan running the offense here for TRC, instructing them where to go. Lincoln stays in their zone. Frazier back to Tassan at the top, gets in the key. Here's Day, an open look on the baseline, rattles out though. Fabio Kubo down with the ball for Lincoln.
I love the passing there from TRC though. Tassan, nice shot throwing corner to corner, 45 to the baseline corner.
Woo! Day out of nowhere comes in to tip away the steal. Here's Tassan now, drives by the defense, gets to the rim and finishes with the lefty.
And she had lost that a bit there at the top, so great hands to regather that and get herself going. She had actually put herself to a standstill when she had lost the ball, but the quick hands kind of poked that thing back into space, and then she used her athleticism to catch up to it.
Here's Fabio Kubo, uses the Maskowitz screen. We have Day switched out onto her. Hall now probing, 4 on the shot clock, have to do something quick. Connolly mishandled the pass, throws up a prayer though, and it banks in for Lincoln.
I think Tassan got stuck there on Maskowitz, and Maskowitz really let her get away with it. She probably didn't do the effort she needed to like bury her. I think Tassan's needing a bit of a breath, and
Maskowitz had passing there for Lincoln for TRC at the top, picked away by Pokranik, and she goes the other way. Lincoln back up 11 here, 6 minutes left in the fourth. Here's Clark, gets in the lane. We're going to have a block there called on Pokranik, and Clark's going to go the line for 2.
Yeah, Clark had her moving a bit side to side, so Pokranik does a nice job to put your body in the line for that, but I think it was the right call. They never let herself establish before the offensive player got there.
We have Frazier and Dominic Ennis both checking out for TRC, and then we have Michaela Ennis and Lara Cook, both checking in for TRC. We're going to have Gucker Wiki check in for Lincoln, and Balabi is going to take a rest.
Let's see, Tassan might be the interesting one to watch here now too. So they brought Ennis back in. Tassan looked like she was trying to conserve a little bit of energy here on the defensive end because of the work she's had to put on the offensive end for them. And the interesting piece of that is they need the offense. You're still down 11, so she's got to continue to fill that role. But if she's going to conserve herself a bit on defense, and the last time they got her switch on to Maskowitz, I wouldn't be surprised for Lincoln to come back and run that same action and then put Maskowitz and Tassan down the blocks.
And they do the screen. Tassan switches on to Pokranik. It's Connolly up top, guarded by Cook. Going to do the cross screen. Maskowitz guarded by Day. Connolly tries to drive. It's going to be tipped away by Cook. It's going to remain Lincoln ball. We have 7 on the shot clock.
And Tassan does a nice job getting through that. She didn't want that switch. So Lincoln did come back to it, but Day stays with hers. Tassan stays with hers, and they get through it.
They get into Maskowitz. Fake handoff gets right around Day. Great move there by Maskowitz in her first 2 points of the fourth quarter.
And that might have been a 4-foul factor there for Day. As you can see her kind of motioning to the bench. There wasn't much she could do. Once she had the step on her, she had to let it go.
Woo, a long jumper there from Cook off the assist from Tassan. Remains a 10-point lead here for Lincoln. They get Maskowitz a look here on the wing, pressured by Day. They're going to get the screen. Slips to the basket. The pass too strong, though. It's going to be tipped to the bounce off of Day, so it's going to remain with Lincoln. And we have Frazier checking right back in for Cook for TRC. Pokranik to inbound. They get it to Maskowitz. This time they do the handoff. They find Connolly at the top. Shot's too strong. And we're going to get a pushing foul on Maskowitz on the rebound. So that's going to be her 3rd foul. Lincoln's 5th of the quarter. So it will not be shooting yet as it was player control. So it's going to remain TRC ball. Yep, it's going to be changed. So we will have Day at the line 4-2 shooting with this bonus situation.
With the effort everybody's had on the glass, and I'm surprised we haven't had a couple more rebounding fouls. We've commented a couple of times how physical it's been, the effort people putting forth. So Maskowicz and Day tied up again that time. Like I said, I'm surprised there's been a couple more calls.
Day able to hit the first.
So a big stretch here for TRC. Probably can't stretch much the other way. So currently at 9, but one more free to throw to go. They probably don't want to get back to 15, have to make that run under 5 minutes. So they've got to get something here. It doesn't have to be all at once, but something just continue to keep this thing in the right direction if they want to finish on the positive side here tonight.
Here's Polkernick and Maskowicz using that ball screen again. It's going to be tipped away though by Frazier, then off of Polkernick and out of bounds, so it's going to go back to TRC. We have Day going to take a seat here. 5 minutes left in the fourth. And Polkernick's going to check out Cleland coming back in for Lincoln. Here's Tassan working against Cleland. Gets the crossover at top like she loves, and right back to her left. 2 more for Tassan.
Tassan's shown a great ability to finish in around the rim. She's gone to that lefty a couple times now in some very tough angles. So drives the defender all underneath into the basket and then just finishes back in an unconventional angle.
Granum trying to find Maskowicz on the switch down low, and is able to pick it off though, and she comes right back the lane, challenge the defender. She's going to get fouled and head to the line for 2.
This is probably a bit of what they need now is Tassan one time down there, nice left-handed finish. Then you get Ennis out in transition. She gets in there and draws a foul. So you need both these two probably firing. They have it down to 7. If Ennis can make these 2, it's going to be a great finish.
Able to hit on the first. And able to hit the second. 5-point lead here, Lincoln. 4.5 minutes to go.
See if we can get something back to Maskowicz here.
They find Cleland open for 3 on the wing, just short. Ennis reaches over the defender. Unable to contain the rebound, though. It's going to be out of bounds off of her. It's going to be Lincoln ball with a new 24.
And Maskowicz in that ball screen that side and header on the roll. Cleveland had a pretty good clean look at it, so it ended up to pass not on getting it inside and take that shot. But we'll see if they come back to that action, if they can get Maskowicz again.
Connolly a 3, and she's able to hit. Ennis working on Hall. They find Frazier for 3, the answer, and it's good!
Trading baskets is no big problem here tonight, but one of the things, like as we said at the beginning, is someone's got to find a way to get a couple stops here down the stretch.
Confusion there with the ball screen defense. Maskowicz cuts right in the lane, and she hits 2 more.
Yeah, tough one to lose here for the 2 help side defenders. They kind of get a little focus on the ball screen action happening. You lose sight of Maskowicz on the weak side of the floor. Her cutting to the paint is just too tough to stop.
Tassan gets around the screen, gets to her left, and finishes again with the lefty. Trading baskets here, 5-point game, 3.5 now. Your TRC are going to have to get some stops, so to fight back in it, and then Vukovic comes away with the steal, but in transition is going to get called for the carry, so it's going to go right back to Lincoln.
Yeah, a bit unlucky. Kind of picked that one up and just didn't gather in the basketball. Never really had full control of the first dribble, so, but had enough where you put the first one down, and the bobble ends up resulting in a carry. So right call, but really just unlucky if you're TRC. Just keep that going. You want to keep the momentum going.
There's Balbiakuba working on the left. Here comes Maskowicz for the screen. Little confusion. Connolly gets around, gets an open look from the elbow, no good. Ennis brings down the rebound. Here's Tassan at the top, guarded by Hall. Tries to get to her left. Good job, Hall, to cut her off. They got Vukovic right on the doorstep, unable to hit with the left, though. Connolly cleans up the miss.
Crafty little pass there from Zassan to spin that one to the post.
Good cut there by Connolly. Unable to handle the ball though. Vukovic comes up with the steal and she's going to be fouled and head to the free throw line for 2.
Yeah, these are the fouls you don't want if you're Lincoln, and we've talked all game about sometimes you encourage the fouls when it's on extra efforts or putting some pressure on them or rebounding because you want that intensity going for your team. But now that you get into the final 3 minutes and it's a 5-point game, you don't want them getting a chance to score, and really when they're 90 feet from the basket. So probably one thing they might talk about in this Lincoln timeout, or one thing they probably will address is laying off the full court fouls. They played with such great intensity all game, but now it's knowing situations where you're in and situations when you're out of it and starting to get some hands off.
So coming out of the timeout, we're going to have 2.5 minutes and Lincoln up 5. If you're TRC, what are you going to draw up on the offensive end, Coach Bauer?
I think one of their best here in the second half has actually been Tues from the top, and I think you want to keep her involved in that because she does a really great job of making decisions and finding the people that should get shots out of it. So you have a dynamic scorer like Ennis, who's probably somewhere you want the ball to end up with, but I think the first step of that right now is to some sort of action for her at the top and let her find Ennis on the appropriate time.
Coming out for TRC, we're going to have Vukovic at the line shooting 2. We did have Martindale check in the game here for Lincoln. For TRC, we also had Clark check back in.
You see now, too, they're giving Day a bit of a rest, and I don't know that she's scored here in the fourth quarter since returning, but she has done a great job of Maskwich. She's really slowed down Maskwich by comparison to when she wasn't in the game, so they're going to have to work a little harder without Day to keep that thing going on the defensive end.
And we're going to get a free throw lane violation there called on Maskwich, so we're going to get another free throw here for Vukovic. And there we go, able to hit the second free throw. 4-point lead now for Lincoln. Kubo back to Hall, they're looking to get it to Maskwich at the high post. Trying to make something happen, we're going to pick up a foul. It's only going to be TRC's first of the quarter, so not close to the bonus situation.
We talked a bit earlier, one of the things Lincoln has done a really nice job of all game is getting Maskwich touches either on the three-point line where she's in a spot to shoot or in the charge circle so she has a chance to go score. The touches at the elbow really allowed TRC to throw a crowd around her, and that's what happened this one. They were fortunate to come away with a foul call.
They get a Maskwich, fakes the handoff, working down low against Vukovic. Frazier comes to help. They work it around up top. A good look for Kubo in the corner, and she buries the three.
That's a great job by both teams. I think TRC does a great job on Maskwich in the post, really force it back out of her hand on the fake handoff. She makes a nice find to get it out, and then the ball moves just extra pass versus rotation all the way around the perimeter. So great job both teams. They say if you play it perfect, usually offense gets the advantage, and that was the case here.
Tues looking to probe in the defense, going to pick up the foul there on Ross, so she's going to be at the line for 2. TRC making the most of this bonus situation, piling up these free throw attempts.
They need to. I think whenever you're digging yourself out of a hole, bonus is one of the best weapons you can have. You have to stay assertive, force the action, continue the rim, and any trips you get to turn to free throws is almost like 3 points. Give yourself a chance to stop the clock, bit of a breather, and uncontested shots.
And Tues able to convert both. Back to a 5-point lead here for Lincoln. 2 minutes to go now. Maskwich working on Vukovic. Great defense there by TRC. Shot's going to be short, and here comes Ennis. Gets to the behind the back, finds Frazier up top for 3, and she hits it! 5th 3 of the game there for Frazier, and it's a 2-point game, 1.5 minutes to go.
I like the last touchdown, or we taught the last touchdown again for Maskwich being at the elbow. So you get it to Maskwich who you want. She does a nice job putting the ball on the floor and attacking, but as we've talked about throughout this quarter and this half, She's been better when they've given her chances to go to the rim. They can't send the crowd around her. She draws such a crowd on perimeter touches.
They're trying to get Maskowicz the ball, keep putting her in the ball screen. Parknick couldn't get it to her. Cleland at top. Now she drives, unable to hit the layup, but Valbukubo's right there for the follow. 2 huge points for Valbukubo.
Yeah. Second effort just continued to pay dividends in this game.
Tassan, a little step back jumper, no good. Maskowicz cleans up the miss. And it looks like we're going to get an intentional foul here called against TRC. So we're going to have Cleland shooting 2, and then the ball is going to stay with Lincoln.
He's going to come back and now probably just to keep the matchup on Maskowicz for how central she's been to Lincoln's offense all game in this last little bit. But Vukovic did a tremendous job in her time on Maskowicz. Probably exceeded expectations when it started and continued to make her work.
And that was, I believe, Vukovic's 5th foul, so they did have to sub her out. So we have Day checking in for her. On Lincoln's end, we also had Martindale check out and Hall check in. And here's Cleland with 2. Lincoln extends it a 6-point lead here, minute 15 to go, and they're going to have the ball on the sideline.
Big free throws, clutch free throws there. This time of game to put both those points on the board is a big plus. Keep some pressure on TRC.
Some confusion here for Lincoln. Cleland gets in the key. He's going to draw the foul on Frazier and go to the right back to the line. Leland, clutch free throws here. Two more for Cleland. Lead now up to 7, a minute, 7 remaining. And we're going to have Cleland check out, Martindale back in for Lincoln. Tassan working on Parkernick, crossover, gets back to the left, unable to convert the layup. Day fighting for the rebound, Parkernick comes down with it. Parkernick's going to slow it down here for Lincoln. Martindale working on Clark, and it's going to be a foul there on Clark. It's going to be TRC's 4th of the game, so still 1 away from bonus.
And TRC looked a little unsure in that situation if they were fouling or going to play it out. I'm assuming with it being 8 points and now down to 40 seconds, they're probably having to stop this clock as soon as possible to extend this thing.
They get into Maskowicz. They trap the first pass. She's able to get around the double team though. Falling out of bounds, finds Valbukubo at the top. They swing it. Here's Hall, a deep 2. Unable to go. TRC picks up the miss. Good job by Clark to avoid the defense. Gets right in the lane. Lefty, though, just a bit off. Maskowicz picks up the rebound.
So TRC's.
And Ennis is going to pick up the foul. It's going to be Lincoln now with the bonus situation. They're going to go to the line 4-2. believe Ennis thought that was her 5th, but it was only her 4th, so she'll remain in the game. Hall to the line with 2. Unable to hit on either free throw. Frazier cleans it up. 7 seconds here. TRC brings it down. Ennis at the top. Little step back 3 to end it. Unable to go. And just like that, we have our first game of the week in the books. We have the champions from your last season, Lincoln Prep Huskies, taking this one 100-98 over the TRC Wolfpack.
Yeah, thrilling game to start, Max. And we get our first game of the week. We got 100 points on the board and 192 between the two teams. And offense was never at a shortage, so I thought it was exciting to see. Both teams had their stars show up tonight as well to play. And these two have been at each other since the inception of the OSBA. It looks like we're going to have another year of the two of them being neck and neck. So look forward to seeing what's coming up in the future.
And leading scorers on the game for Lincoln, we have Bryn Maskowicz with 31. For TRC, we have Michaela Ennis with 20 and Lisa Tassan with 19. Tune in next time as we're with you October 23rd in another exciting matchup.